As the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex grows, the need to expand and update current road infrastructure is critical. In Fort Worth, there is one key project on the southeast side of Fort Worth that will expand several roads that will help decrease traffic as well as accidents in that area. What's going on, everyone? My name's Gold Titanium68, and in today's first project-focused DFW highway video, we're going to be taking a look at the Southeast Connector, the 3-highway interchange in southeast Fort Worth. Let's roll that intro. Now, before we take a deeper dive into the Southeast Connector, let's give a little bit of background as to what this project is. Now, at a cost of $1.6 billion, this is, well, at this point in time, the single largest transportation investment in the history of Texas DOT's Fort Worth district. Now, mind you, in DFW, the southwestern half of the counties are in the Fort Worth district, whereas the northeastern portions are in the Dallas side. So, like Denton County, Collin County, Dallas County, Rockwall, Kaufman, all of those are in the Dallas district. Now, the Fort Worth district, you have stuff like, it's Tarrant County, and then I forgot what some of the other ones are, like Johnson, and I digress. Basically, Tarrant County and everything south and west of that is a part of the Dallas district. Now, on top of rebuilding the interchanges for Interstates 20, Interstate 820, and US Highway 287, its project plans to widen Interstate 20 to 10 lanes throughout the project corridor, as well as widening 820 and portions of 287. So 820 will mostly be widened up to 8 lanes. 287, depending on the section, is going to be widened to either 6 or 8 lanes. Now, with construction starting back sometime in 2023, and the groundbreaking ceremony actually starting in November of 22, this project is well under construction. Now, before we take a look at the schematics, I do want to take a little bit of a deeper-ish dive as to what each roadway is going to see when it comes to this project. Now, starting with I-20, as I said before, this highway is going to be widened to 10 lanes by adding 1 lane in each direction between Forest Hill Drive and Park Springs Boulevard. Now, for those of y'all, and let me try and zoom out here because I don't need to be this close over here. So, this is the most recent thing here. So you guys might be wondering, well, where is this going to be? So at least, again, for Interstate 20, Forest Hill starts right around here. Wait, actually, no, sorry, that's something else. So from here, Forest Hill Drive, all the way to Park Springs. So that is this intersection right here will be widened to 10 lanes. Between the interchanges of 820 and 287, what they're going to do is they're going to add 4 collector distributor lanes in each direction, making it safe for drivers coming from 820 going on to 287. Now, those of y'all might be wondering, well, what do you mean by that? So, as of right now, this is what I-20 looks like. So, when you're coming in from southbound 820, you get onto I-20, but there's only about like half a mile between here and then this exit. So you have to go across 4 lanes of traffic to get here. And Interstate 20 at this section does get very congested anyways. So during rush hour, it's hard to try and get over 8 lanes of traffic if you're trying to get onto 287 from 820. And even at night, it's much worse because, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. We live in Texas. People do like to speed. But it's dangerous because you have to go over 4 lanes of traffic, and someone could be going slow. You could, and I'm not going to say this, you could possibly hit them. And that, in general, is not good. Now, however, on 820, the plan is to widen Interstate 820 to a total of, well, wait, no, sorry. I mean, there's different numbers. So they're gonna add 2 lanes in each direction. So unlike Interstate 20, where they're gonna add 1, because I-20 is already an 8-lane highway, so it'll become a 10-lane highway. 820 is gonna add 2 lanes in each direction across the board. And the reason for that is because the northern end of this project is Brentwood Star Road, which is, oh no, I'm nowhere close, which is this road right here. This is just before the I-30 interchange. But from here all the way down to the 287 interchange is going to be an 8-lane highway. It's already 4, so 2 in each direction. So they're going to pretty much double the capacity there. And then from the 287 interchange south to the I-820 interchange, they're going to widen it to 10 lanes. And I'll show you exactly why they're going to widen it to 10 lanes. But one of the big reasons is they're going to reconfigure the interchange here, where there's going to be separate lanes for everyone, and probably a little bit more for some of these other roadways. Now, when it comes to 287, they're like 820, they're going to add 1 lane in each direction. So basically, what this means is from the 287 820 interchange westward up to Bishop Drive, they're going to add 1 lane, they're going to add 1 lane each direction, bringing it up to 8 lanes. Now, when it comes to leading into Mansfield, so this is 287 south of I-20, they'll widen that to 6 lanes between the 820 interchange and Sublet Road. All in all, again, they're going to add pretty much at least 1 new thing, but with it being a $1.6 billion project, the main focus is going to be those collector distributor lanes between 820 and 287. Right next to I-20. Now let's start taking a look at some of these schematics. So this is the first roll. So this is actually on I-20 going eastward, like looking eastward. So Forest Hill Drive, that's going to be right over here. And it's pretty much, as y'all could see, they're gonna, at a bare minimum, they're gonna rebuild a lot of these frontage roads, pretty much widen them. And then they're gonna have a bridge going over the Union Pacific Railroad just east of between Salt Road and Oak Crest Drive. But pretty much from between Hartman and England Drive, they're gonna rebuild this whole portion. So already, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more here. So already, this is a 4-lane. It's already a 4-lane highway coming up to Forest Hill Drive, at least coming eastbound. And then they're gonna keep that thing here, but they're actually gonna take out this exit here, and they're gonna add a new entrance coming from Forest Hill. And of course, they're gonna keep the 1 lane here. Now, again, this shows that it is a 10-lane road, but this is gonna become but this is not one of those things where it's like, okay, we only have like an extra lane so that people can enter and exit. No, when you're exiting for England, this is gonna continue, and it'll be another set. So leading in, you got 1, 2, 3. You're gonna have a 12-lane highway, pretty much from just west of England, going all the way up. Now, why would they do something like that? And we'll see when we get to the next one here. But this is mainly supposed to be a 10-lane highway. But the reason why they're doing that, again, they're going to wind it all the way to 6. And it's because, if I remember right from this approved schematic, these 2 lanes are supposed to go up to 820. And it's kind of the same thing coming here. Like, look, we've got 5 lanes going up to the north, and 5 lanes coming back. And then as these merge on, you're going to have, let me see here. So there will be a new entrance road coming from, I don't even know what exit this is up here. It's been a while since I've seen these schematics myself, so I don't remember. But you've got a lane coming in here, and then this will actually merge back on. So from here, we'll still have a 1, 2, 3, 4, wait, 2, 3. Yeah, so we'll still have a 6-lane highway coming up. But then for this exit for Forest Hill, it's still going to be you'll then wind it down to a 10-lane highway. And then it'll go back to a 4-lane highway for the exit for Wichita Streets after Forest Hill. Now taking a look at the second schematic, let me zoom in here. This is the big one. And y'all could pretty much see why this is a big one. So as I had shown before, coming up from I-20, you have 2 lanes pretty much coming in to facilitate the growth. Coming in to go northward onto A20. Now, you also have a lane coming from coming from Mansfield Highway that enters onto 820. So you'll have a total of, I believe this is 10 lanes. 1, 2, 3. Hold on, why am I not at 100%? No, not here. There we go. So if I remember right, so you've got 4 collector distributor lanes here. And then leading up into here, you have a total of, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lanes. Why? You have the outer 4 are going to be coming from the westbound collector distributor lanes. You have 1 lane coming from the frontage roads from Mansfield Highway, and then you have 2 coming from I-20. Now, when coming southbound, again, there's going to be 7 lanes. There will probably be 7 lanes coming in. But then you've got 2 going towards 820. You have 1 lane to exit for Mansfield Highway, and then you have these 4 collector distributor lanes. And you actually do have a 5th one coming up from whatever road is up here. But this is roll 4, so don't worry about that. But as you can see, as it's coming here, it is going to widen back. It's going to come back down to 8 lanes. It's going to come back down to 4. Now, coming in from southbound 820 onto the eastbound collector distributor lanes, the left 2 lanes are going to take you directly onto I-20, and the merge point is actually right at, I believe that it's Bowman Springs. So at Bowman Springs is where, if you're coming from 820, is where you'll enter on, and then from here, when you're coming off of I-20, from eastbound I-20, so for Mansfield Highway, you have the exit for Bowman Springs. I believe this is Bowman Springs, yeah, and you do have a turnaround area before, but then before the Bowman Springs as exit, you will have 2. So the outer right lane, the right outer eastbound lane. Let me show y'all here. So if I remember right, this is 1, 2, 3. Is this still 5? Yes, this is still 5 coming up here. So this is not going to have like its own dedicated lane to exit off from, like some of the other ones down here. But this one will. Only the outer right lane is going to be dedicated as in this collector distributor lane. And then from here, it actually turns into 4 eastbound lanes up until you come back up here, where it turns into 6. And will shorten back down to 5. Now again, coming back onto the collector distributor lanes, as y'all can see, we have a total of 4 lanes coming into the 287 interchange. Now, this exit here is actually going to be the exit for Little Road, but then the next 3 here are going to take you directly south. And we'll get to that roll in a little bit. But again, it's going to be 8 lanes coming in from 287. Now, when you're taking a look at 287, so you're going to have actually 1 lane coming from going from 287 to eastbound I-20, and then coming from westbound I-20 going onto southbound 287. But then after that exit actually is the exit for Bowman Springs on westbound I-20. And there will be a bridge going over from the entrance road from, I believe, that is Little Road as well, off of I-20 up here. But this lane here actually takes you directly onto the collector distributor lane. So this is the entrance onto technically either 287 or I-20, depending on if you want to get on before. So as we make our way onto here, after the bridge over 287, you have, hold on, let me come up here. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to do this on the fly. So coming up onto 287, as they bridge over, the outer 3 lane, it's going to be 4 lanes. The outer right lane is the only lane that is dedicated to go to, I believe that is straight onto I-20. Whereas the second right lane, you can either split between going onto the collector distributor lanes or going on the I-20. Now, after that bridge is where the exit for A-20 is, which will take you back onto the collector distributor lanes. Now, when this entrance onto I-20 comes in, there's actually going to be a total of 3 lanes added onto I-20 from 287 if you're trying to get on I-20, because this entrance from Little Road is going to merge on, but it's going to merge in with this. But that outer right lane from this bridge is not going to merge. Is not going to make you merge over until just before the Bowman Springs exit. Now, as y'all see here, again, we do have 4 collector distributor lanes going westbound onto A-20. Well, yeah, going westbound towards A-20. Now, this exit here, we'll see when we come up here. I do not remember what exit this is for, but we'll see when we come up here. But these 4 lanes are going to go directly to A-20. Hence why we've got 7 northbound lanes and 7 southbound lanes. Now, let's take a look at the third schematic. Now, this is the last portion of I-20. So this is taking you from Little Road and is going all the way to Park Springs. And this is actually one of the designated work groups. So with these designated work groups, they're actually not working on this right now. So this is one of those ones that this is planned. It's not being worked on right now. And I believe they're going to wait on doing this specific project because they want to wait and see what the feasibility study is for Park Springs eastward towards Carrier Parkway and Grand Prairie, which I did talk about a little bit about in the I-20 video. But I digress. Let's zoom in a little bit more. So, as y'all can probably see, as we come up towards Little Road, it's already, I believe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is already a 7-lane highway going eastbound. There's a 5-lane going westbound. Now, the entrance from Green Oaks is what brings it up to 10, brings up to 5. And this exit for Green Oaks is actually what brings eastbound back down to 2, 3 to 6. And this actually stays as a 6-lane highway because they're going to rebuild, and what they'll do is the eastern entrance and exits from Green Oaks are actually being moved over to between Green Oaks and Little Road. So instead of there being entrance and exits here, it's going to be a little bit over here. And the reason for that is, so we got that here, and then there will be brand new frontage roads going over this creek here. And they're going to actually add, and then they're going to add 2 entrances and exits. So basically what they're doing is they're going to have 2 lanes coming up here for Green Oaks and 2 lanes for the entering up from Green Oaks, so that there's more traffic, especially since there's going to be a lot of traffic coming in here. Now, leading into here, so we already have a 10-lane highway, I believe, through most of Arlington already. And the thing is that's going to be a big deal. Now, the big question is going to be, especially for that I-20 project through Arlington and Grand Prairie, are they going to widen it to 12 lanes? Or are they going to reconfigure it? I don't know. Because from what it looks like, they have the right of way to easily widen this to 12 lanes. Because it's already 10. Could they widen it to 12? We don't know. And we probably won't know for another year or so. But I digress. That's 820. Let's bring this back up to the 820 and 287 schematic. So, let's bring this back up to 110% so you can see. So as we can see, this is going to be a very wide road coming up to Sun Valley Drive. And coming down here, we did see that there was an exit here. So this is the exit for Sun Valley Drive. But as I said, we've got a 7-lane highway. So these 3 lanes are the ones that go onto I-20. And then we've got 7, we've got 3 coming from I-20, and then 4 coming from 287. And again, they're all going to be rebuilding a lot of these express lanes, well, a lot of these frontage roads. But then this next exit is going to start the 287 interchange. So for this, there will now be a total of, I believe that's 3 lanes going directly north, like coming off of 820 going up to 287. Now there is another exit that will take you up to a road that we'll take a look at up here. But yes, there are 3 lanes coming from. There's going to be 3 lanes coming to and from 287. And then the 4th lanes on 287 are going to be coming from the north side of that 820 interchange. So in basic terms, and I do want to say this before I do anything. So there will be an exit coming from Martin Street, just north of the Martin Street intersection, and then the exit actually for Sun Valley Drive is going to be east, is going to start way back here, like in the middle of the 820 to 87 interchange, instead of having an exit from Martin Street, which I don't know how much that'll impact anything, but I digress. So what this is going to do is now there's going to be an 8-lane highway going on 820 leading in through the interchange. And then when that 5th lane comes in from, comes in from 287, this will now be a 10-lane highway. And they're going to rebuild the entrance and exits. So there will be a new entrance coming from Berry Street. That'll happen just before the Will Barger Street intersection, and then the exit for Berry Street is actually going to be a little bit far. It's going to be a couple hundred feet farther south of where it is now, and then there is going to be a new exit for Will Barger that's going to replace the current entrance from Berry Street. And then that's going to go north. And then schematic number 5 is actually going to extend all the way in from that. So it's pretty simple. I mean, they're going to rebuild a lot of these northern entrances from Berry Street about a couple hundred feet to the west, or a couple hundred feet to its north. And it's going to stay as a 4 to 5 lane highway through most of this corridor, because even though, yes, it is a decently big corridor, it's not as big as I would say like the 287, between the 287 interchange and the I-20 interchange, because that's a whole lot of, yes. Now they're actually going to bridge over, I'll probably rebuild the intersection here, and then the exit for the exit for Rosedale is going to be just after, it's going to be just after the Ramey Avenue bridge over. And then over here, what they're actually going to do is the exit for Ramey Avenue and the entrance from Rosedale is going to be kind of on the same area. But the but the exit for Ramey Avenue is going to go over the entrance here. So it's a little bit interesting. And then, of course, we've got the entrance, and we have the entrance from Ramey Avenue on 820 coming in from there. The schematic 6, again, brings you up to the very northern edge of 820. Let me bring this over here. And from here, what they're going to do is, I believe this is not, no, this is not Rosedale. So they're going to tear out, they're going to rework the interchanges for Lancaster as well as Craig Street. So, excuse me. So if you're going to enter from 820 from like south of Lancaster, you'll enter on, and then actually the entrance from between Lancaster and Craig is going to merge on with you heading northward. Like when you're heading northward. So there will still be a total of 6 lanes, and then you'll merge back down to 5, and then merge back down to 4 before you before you hit the I-30 interchange here. Now coming from southbound, you're gonna have an exit. You're gonna have a new exit for Meadowbrook Drive, a couple hundred feet farther to the north, so you can rebuild the frontage roads here. And then again, you're gonna have 2 lanes coming out from here because the entrance coming from Meadowbrook Drive, and I did forget to say this, so the exit for Meadowbrook Drive is actually gonna come start just underneath the Lancaster Avenue Bridge, and it's gonna go underneath Craig Street, go over these 2 entrance lanes, and then come back on just before Greenlee Street. Now, again, there is going to be a bridge over the entrance coming from Meadowbrook Drive onto I-20, but then the right lane is going to take you to Lancaster Avenue, and then that southern lane, let me actually move this up here, so it's this one here, is going to take you to Rosedale Street. So this whole section here is going to be redone, and then they're going to also just rebuild some of the frontage roads leading up to here. Now, taking a look at schematic 7. So this is starting off at the very northern portion of 287. As you can see here, we're already at a 6-lane highway, but then the entrance is coming in. The entrance and exit for Bishop and Wichita Streets are going to widen it to 8 lanes with a new bridge over, with the new Erath Street bridge going over. And yes, these pink lines are bike lanes, so that because it's next to a big neighborhood, so that's why. And then from here, there's gonna be a new exit for Will Barger Street, and an entrance coming from Miller Avenue. Because remember, this is still an X interchange here. This is not gonna be rebuilt. So what they're doing is they're just gonna redo the stuff here, kind of make it a little bit curved out to facilitate traffic needs. Now next up, the exit for Village Creek Road will actually decrease the lanes back down to 6, and even the entrance coming in from that, it'll be a 6-lane highway coming up to here. And then with their 7th and 8th lanes coming in from the entrance from, what street is this? From Miller Avenue, and then the exit for Will Barger Street. And then from here, what they're going to do, they're going to actually redo the interchange for Village Creek. So it's not going to go, or at least the frontage roads are not going to go as far, I believe that's northwest than what they are now, and then they'll just smoothen this stuff out again, mainly for safety reasons. They don't need such a wide right of way, and they might try and sell some of the stuff off. But then then this will take you back up to that 287 820 interchange, hence why we have 8 lanes. And then lastly, we're going to take a look at 287 coming off of I-20. Now, coming off of I-20, we've got an 8-lane highway, and then the exit for, I don't think that's Sublet Road, but actually, yeah, that is the exit for Sublet Road. Okay, wow, that's actually really far back. So the exit for Sublet Road is actually going to be several hundred feet farther back, so that they could also facilitate this stuff. So right after the 287 interchange, I-20 interchange is where the exit for Sublet Road will be, and the entrance coming from Sublet Road will be there too. And then I don't remember what exit that would be here. I believe, yeah. So then the exit for Little Road is actually going to be, it's going to start just before the Sublet Road interchange. Now, with this one, it's actually not going to be... Okay, sorry, as I was saying. So, coming off of here, this is actually not going to be a new... it's not going to have its own, like, dedicated lane. And as you can probably, as you guys might probably can see, it's not, like, this whole roadway is not all yellow. And the reason for that is, and I can actually show y'all on 287, I mean, there's still a very large amount of median. That's a pretty big median right here. And this is, like, divoted in, too, so there's a good amount of space that they can work with on that. So what they're going to do is they're just going to they're going to add a new interior lane onto a 20. And that's, honestly, that's pretty much what it's going to look like. So construction is set to complete right around 2028. Yeah, it is going to take about 5 years to do this project, just because there's so much that they have to do. Because they're pretty much going to have to rebuild 820, 287 in Fort Worth, and I-35, as well as I-20, 287, and A20. Now, there are actually 3 different... Hold on. Let me see here. I forgot where it was. Okay, got it. Yeah, so... Now, the thing is that there are actually 3 sections that are not immediately being worked on right now. And I'm going to show you that. So this is directly from the Southeast Connector project. So from Little Road all the way eastward onto Park Springs, that's going to be done in a later time. The stuff that's being worked on is from Rosedale, is on 820 from Rosedale all the way down here. 287, I forgot what roadway that is. That is... And I think from 287, which I believe this is the... Is that the rebuild of... Wait. Yeah, so... And then from 287 to Village Creek Road, which, as you can see, they've got a lot of progress done on here already. So on 827 from there, and then through 287 down to Sublet is being worked on. But so from Village Creek to Bishop, that's going to be done in a later time. The only one that's being worked on at the moment is going to be deferred work component number 1. I didn't mean to say designated. It's meant to be deferred work. So this component number 1 from Rosedale to Brentwood Stair before I-30, that one is under construction right now, and I believe that's because the 820 East, the 820 East project, which will connect the Southeast Connector project, as well, like up to the southern edge of the North Tarrant Express, which is at the 820-183 interchange. They've already widened that. They're rebuilding the State Highway 121 interchange, but this would connect that back up to 820 East, and we will talk about that, but more on that in another video. The other 2 that aren't being worked on right now are going to be 287 from Village Creek to Bishop Streets, and then I-20 from Little Road to Park Springs. And as I've said before, I believe this section is being deferred because they're going to wait to see what exactly they're going to do with I-20 through the rest of Tarrant County, leading up to leading up to Carrier Parkway in Grand Prairie. And with that, that's gonna be it. So again, it's currently construction is currently underway. It's 2024, so there's still about another 4 years until this project is gonna be done with. But as y'all can probably tell, a lot of the DFW's roadway infrastructure, especially on some of these interstates, are some of the oldest in the DFW area. Like 820, I would not be surprised if this was the first time that they had like expanded 820 since they built it in like the 70s. And I know for sure that I-20 was probably hasn't been expanded since since about 1987, when that whole especially when that section from 820 westward all the way to 635 was opened up. But I mean, like, I-30 is already looking to be expanded through Tarrant County, because they've already done most of the stuff from Dallas westward of downtown Dallas, and they're working on stuff east. But I-35 is still being worked on, east and west. Well, yeah, west as well. But it's going to take some time to see, especially with some of these interstates. But if you guys want to keep an eye out and want to know more about this stuff, you guys know where the best place is to go, and that is to me. And with that, we're going to end this video right here, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below if you guys liked this video. If you don't want to miss any more videos, because we've pretty much gone through most of the interstates, so we're going to go within a mix of like specific projects and then actual like highways as well. If you don't want to miss any of that, or you don't want to miss any of our automotive content, our mountain bike content, or even any of our other weather live streams, we're going to have that stuff coming out every week. Well, I don't know about the live streams, but hit that bell icon so you don't miss when those stuff comes out. Other than that, yeah, hope to see y'all later. Peace.